Hi, all the signs of the zodiac. I'm Pam, the Lucky Mermaid, psychic, seer, and modern mystic, bringing you psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides for this psychic crystal reading for the new moon solar eclipse in Libra, October 2nd, 2024, for each of the four elements: earth, water, fire, and air. The earth signs are Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. The water signs are Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. The fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And the air signs are Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. You may want to watch this entire video and not just the element that corresponds to your sun sign only, because believe me, this is not just a new moon. It is a new moon solar eclipse. So your sun, your moon, and your rising sign, your chart in general, is going to be affected by this eclipse. And remember, eclipses bring new beginnings, endings, change, blessings, and sometimes karma or karmic lessons or tests. So you may want to watch the elements that correspond to your sun, your moon, your rising sign, and even your cusp sign. Because remember, sometimes your rising sign and your moon sign are going to resonate more for you than your sun sign. And if you're born on the cusp of your sign, sometimes the psychic predictions and messages are coming to you from your cusp sign more strongly. So you may want to check that out. So all that being said, now on to your psychic crystal reading for this new moon solar eclipse in Libra, and I'm starting with the element of earth. This is Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. I get that the earth signs are going to experience some shakeups from this eclipse. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. Sometimes things shake up our lives and improve our lives, so don't get freaked out over the word shakeups. It could turn out to be positive. Some of you earth signs are going to buy something that you will consider a big purchase. It could be something large, or a big purchase could mean it's something expensive, or it could be both. Some of you earth signs are going to be diving in deep into some project or subject. So let's say you're interested in something to do with your health or mental health or a work project. You're going to dive in very, very deeply into that from the energies of this new moon solar eclipse, which the energies can last up to 6 months in this eclipse, or even up to a year in some cases. Some eclipse effects only last 3 months, some last 6, some go out even a year. This one definitely, I feel, will last 6 months at least. Some of you earth signs are going to, my guides are calling it trying on a new hat, but they don't mean a hat. They mean like a new position, a new job, a new career path. So doesn't necessarily mean you're getting rid of what you were doing. You may still hold on to that while trying something new. Some of you are going to get an opportunity for a job or some kind of work, or it could even be like a short-term gig. It doesn't necessarily have to be a full-time job, but some kind of work-related, money-related job or money-making opportunity is going to open up for some of you earth signs. And I saw a wolf, W-O-L-F, a wolf in the crystal. So you need to look up animal totem wolf because it's connected to that message. Some of you have the blessing of some kind of fighting or disagreement or altercation that you've had that's been going on with somebody is now over. So it could have been with a friend, could have been with a love partner, could have been with a family member or bosses. It's now going to be over. It could happen around the day of the eclipse, the 2nd of October, but this could happen over the next 6 months. Any training or education you get now will pay off. So it's a fantastic time for the earth signs to take any webinars, seminars, classes, doing your own research, but especially like training and classes. Definitely beneficial for you. Now, here are the 3 cautions for the earth signs. You have to be careful of deliberately putting yourself in either a position of great financial strain or putting yourself in a position where other people could manipulate you or take advantage of you or use you, like make you work extra hours and not really give you time and a half pay, or, you know, borrow money from you and not intend to pay it back. But also financial strain. It did come up. You may make a big purchase, some of you, but, you know, don't spend beyond your means. Don't spend what you cannot pay back. Cut down on the worrying. Some of you earth signs are worrying way too much, and it is causing you stress, and you may start to have problems with your back or your liver, or blood pressure, or just like hypertension could kick up. So do things to cut out the worrying, because it's like the stress is going to affect your physical body in some way. Some of you, this is kind of a weird caution, but I am getting it. Maybe thinking of retiring. It could be retiring for good, or it could be retiring a particular job or position. And my guides are saying, if you're thinking of retiring, you may be thinking of retiring too early. You may need to wait. Maybe you're thinking about, you know, I don't know how it is in other countries. I live in the United States. If, you know, Social Security, it changes, the amount changes based on the year you retire. I don't know if that's the same in other countries, but here, so if you're in the United States, you may really want to think carefully about if you were thinking of retiring. My guides are saying you are retiring too soon. So think about that. So please like this video if you liked it, because it does help me get recognized on the algorithms. My channel has been hidden quite a bit. I've noticed since the last couple times I mentioned this, that I seem to be popping up now where I wasn't popping up at all for like a year. I wasn't even seeing my videos float by. So your likes really, really help. Any channel engagement helps this channel, helps me, and helps the channel grow. And if you want to get a more detailed look into this eclipse for your sign, you can go to my Vimeo on-demand videos, where I did a video series called The Solar Eclipse in Libra, October 2nd, 2024, Psychic Tarot, Crystal, and Oracle card reading. And I pull a gemstone crystal from the little velvet bag of gems as well. And that may really give you help and insight. Also, you may want to get my latest video series I did on angels. Now, I did one recently. This is a new one, and it's completely different. And I used this new deck that I got. Actually, my sons gave it to me last Christmas. One of my children did. And I hadn't used it till now. And these cards I used in a video series called Important Messages from the Karma Angels and Jasper Crystal readings for each sign of the zodiac. I pulled 2 cards for each sign, and the messages were really interesting. And I thought they were really helpful messages, like a lot of advice. And it was all, but there is psychic predictions in them as well. So you may want to check them out. The video links are down below in the description box in the show more section. They're also on my website at theluckymermaid.com on the videos page. So now on to, I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the element of water. This is Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Water signs, you may feel like you are fighting a lot of battles. Now, it could be battles within yourself. It could be, work, friends, family, love partner. Like, it could be spread out among people, but for some of you, it's going to be internal battles. Remember, this is an eclipse, and eclipses are powerful. They bring endings, new beginnings, blessings, karmic tests and lessons as well, and sometimes karmic tests. Any subject matter and any materials you read, listen to, learn about, you're going to have a much better understanding of them now. Even things that you thought you knew before, that you were like, oh, I know about that. I know how to do that. I understand how to do that. You're going to feel even more like you're going to have enlightenment. This eclipse is going to bring you enlightenment, wisdom and enlightenment. Even things you already knew that you thought you had under your belt, you're going to learn new things, and new things are going to come in, but you're going to have a better understanding of things you already know, and you're going to learn things well and gain more knowledge and wisdom from this eclipse. Oh, there's the cutest dog in this crystal. Oh my gosh, it's like a fluffy puppy. It kind of looks like either a little golden retriever puppy or one of those labradoodle puppies or something. I can't tell what kind it is, but this puppy is absolutely adorable. And I'm hearing that if your dog had a litter of puppies and you couldn't keep them, you're going to find homes for these puppies. If you had a dog that got lost, you're going to find it. And if you are looking to get a new puppy, one is going to appear. Maybe even magically, like you find a puppy when you're on a hike in the woods, or you're driving down a highway and you see a puppy loose running along a highway. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to go to a puppy, a pet store, or go online, or it may come to you magically. Maybe if you have kids, one of your kids is going to bring it home. But I see you getting a puppy. But still, you should look up animal totem dog, because dog is giving you a message. Some of you water signs are going to be getting appraisals. You're going to be evaluating things you already own. If you have a home, you may be getting it appraised. If you're purchasing a home, you may be getting it appraised. If you have items you want to sell or insure, you may be getting them appraised, because I'm seeing you look at things of value and getting them appraised. Some of you water signs are going to be marching to the beat of your own drum, but it's like you're changing the tune. So you may find like you make changes, and you're like, I get a lot of independent energy, but you're going to change something about, it could be the work you do, it could be your appearance, it could be the way you interact and engage with other people. It could be whether you own your own business or not. And, maybe you're going to start your own business, because this totally comes up as independence and marching to the beat of your own drum. But that tune has changed. You're changing it. Remember, eclipses bring change, is one of the things that can bring. So I feel that you are going to experience that. And remember, water signs, the eclipse effects of this particular eclipse are probably going to last 6 months, and sometimes eclipses can even last a year. This is going to be very good for the water signs too. First of all, I get finding lost objects. So it could even be paperwork, documents, but I feel like it's objects. Like if you lost your watch, or if you lost a ring, or if you lost your keys or something, like finding lost objects is going to be very good for you right now. But also, it's going to be very good for the water signs to find something that they have been looking for. Like maybe you have a collection and you're like, I'm missing this particular piece, this particular item, or a couple of them. You will find the things you're looking for. Maybe you even are trying to rebuild a motorcycle or rebuild something, and you need a part and you can't find it, and you couldn't find it, and you wouldn't find it. Well, you're going to find it now. Sometimes, maybe the days around the eclipse, or for the next 6 months. If you have to take a test or a class, you will pass. You're going to get it. You may even get a really good grade for some of you, but I do get taking a test or a class, you will pass. I wasn't trying to rhyme there, but there you go. So now here are the 3 cautions for the water signs. You need to make sure you are not being a nuisance, making a nuisance of yourself. So be very mindful. If you are having conversations, maybe you're at a party, a gathering, maybe you're out to eat with on a date, or you're meeting a new person, or you're just hanging out, and you could really monopolize the conversation. You may be oblivious to it. You could also be a nuisance, like keep calling somebody, keep calling somebody, keep calling them, or texting them, or both. So be very, very cautious of, like, you know, I don't want to say, the only way I can say it is keep your energy backed off. Like, as soon as you start to feel like, oh, I got to reach out to that person, stop and think, how many times did you recently get in touch with them? You know, don't go overboard. Don't make a nuisance out of yourself. Some of you water signs need to really be careful. You could start fighting with your in-laws. If you have any in-laws, you may have fights with your in-laws. This could also happen with other people in your family, especially mother figures. It could be driven up where you're arguing with mother figures or siblings, but especially in-laws. So be cautious of that, because you can't unring a bell. You know, you might say some things that later you regret, and then you can't take them back. So keep that under your hat of advisement. You know, this is a funny caution, but my guides are saying, don't do the predictable thing. Do things with some kind of twist. Because you changing things up of what you say or what you do or how you present yourself or how you present work or anything like that, you need to, like, when I say doing something unpredictable, or like, it's to bring, like, keep people on their toes, keep people, like, paying attention. But, you know, so the caution or warning is, don't do the same old, same old. And many of you will probably know, oh, that has to do with my work, or oh, that has to do with my love partner and how I talk to them or how I dress or act. Something is going to trigger, and you're going to know what I'm talking about. You need to shift the energy, change it up. Don't do the typical predictable things over the course of the next 6 months. So I hope those messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. And if you like this video, please share it with other people, because that will get these psychic predictions and messages out there that other people may benefit from. And it can help this channel grow, so I do appreciate it. So I'm going to mention this again. I'm sorry. I know you guys probably don't like it when I repeat myself, but I have to make a living, and this is how I make my living, is the videos I record on Vimeo. If you want to get a more detailed look at what I've got here for you for this particular solar eclipse in Libra, you can get my Vimeo video series on it, which is the solar eclipse in Libra, October 2nd, 2024, psychic tarot crystal and oracle card reading for each sign of the zodiac. And that link is down below in the description box in the show more section, and it's also on my website at theluckymermaid.com. And don't forget, you might want to get my psychic crystal readings for October of 2024, where I look into all things I can think of to look into for your sign, kind of like an expansion or a continuation of the psychic tarot readings that I do at the beginning of the month. Those links are down below and on my website videos page. So now on to the element of fire. That is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Some of you fire signs are going to feel real energized by this eclipse, and my guides say, you know, gassing up the car or the truck and getting ready to go. So you may want to go on trips and vacations or road trips, but it can also be figuratively, where you're going to find like you have more get up and go, like you're more energized to do projects, work. I don't feel like this is going to be a laid back, lazy kind of effect on you, not on the fire signs. Some of you fire signs are going to be conversing and talking to people that you haven't talked to for a very long time. This could be friends, relatives, ex-loves, but like that energy is here for connecting with people from your past. Some of you fire signs could be getting people together to rally together to fundraise for something you believe in. Or if there is a person in your life that needs help and assistance financially, you could be starting GoFundMe pages for that person. You yourself could be donating. Maybe you're going to get involved with Habitat for Humanity. I don't know what it is, but I get you, like, I hear my guides go, it takes a village. That's what they're saying. And they're showing me you rallying people together to do something like that. Fundraising, raise money, help somebody. Maybe somebody you know is sick, or their house got caught on fire, or had a bad flood, and you want to help them with financial assistance, and you're getting other people in on it too. Some of you fire signs may be taking a vacation around the time of the eclipse, so that could be the beginning of October, or it could happen at any time over the next 6 months. Sometimes I see and hear very weird things. I'm seeing gravel, I'm seeing stones, I'm seeing pavers. So some of you may be laying down a stone driveway. Some of you may be putting gravel down somewhere. Perhaps you're putting stone, perhaps you're putting gravel, then stone, then pavers on top of it. I don't know, or one of all of them together or separately. But let's put it this way. Some of you are working with something where you're repaving something. Could be an irrigation system, could be a driveway, could be a wall around a garden. You could be doing it for work, or you could be doing it for your home, but like, you know, your own private property. But it's coming up as a blessing. So you may think that's a weird message, but somehow you doing something with gravel or stones or pavers or all three is positive for you. And if you're not doing it yourself, you may be hiring somebody to do it. Some of you may find out, be surprised by an unexpected pregnancy. It could be you getting pregnant, or you and your partner. Your partner could be the one getting pregnant, but it could be one of your kids, somebody else in your life, you know, one of your siblings. could come to you with news that they're pregnant. But you know what? I feel it's good. This is a blessing. It's not coming up as a negative. I also feel that another blessing is money coming to you through unexpected channels. Maybe if you're invested in cryptocurrency or the stock market, pew, suddenly it goes up. Or you get a bonus or a commission check, or somebody in your family is feeling extra kind and generous and wants to give you money. But I see money in my head. I'm seeing gold, and then I'm seeing stacks of money. So some way you're getting money coming to you over the next 6 months, because remember, the eclipse energies can last that long and could even go out a year. But you've got money coming to you at some point, I'm going to say over the next 6 months. So here are the 3 cautions for the fire signs from the energy of this new moon solar eclipse in Libra. Don't jump into anything that you are wet. My guides are going wet behind the ears, wet behind the ears. And then they're showing me you like saying, oh, I know how to do that. Yeah, I can do that job, or I know how to handle it. And you've either never done it or you've only done it minorly, and then you jump in and you don't know what you're doing. It's not going to work out. So if you get hired for any jobs, don't lie and say you know how to do it when you've only done it once, or you have minimal knowledge about it. Or if it's something in your home and you're like, I can retile that kitchen floor, I can rip up the linoleum, I'm going to put down the new tile, or I'm going to peel this wallpaper down, I know how to do it, I've done it once, I helped my friend, but you only did like a wall like 5 years ago. You don't do it yourself. That's all I can say, because if you're wet behind the ears about something you don't really know how to do not say you do, or try it completely without assistance. Okay, so this is a little tricky one. Some of you fire signs need to watch out, because I see people being violent around. Like you going to a stadium, people being violent, or you going to a concert or a sporting event, or maybe even like a busy city street where there's a lot of people. Anywhere there could be large groups of people coming and going, or in a arena, a stadium. I see violence breaking out, like purposefully. These people go there purposely to do it. It's not like, oh, it's a happenstance. Even if they make it look like, oh, we're starting an argument and it's been engineered. So at the first sign of people shouting or throwing stuff, you need to hightail it out of there. Don't get in the mix of it. Don't think you're going to settle it or solve it. And because you could get hit by something. Something could hit you, a bottle, a person. Like, just watch out for violence, violent people. So be extra cautious. And at the first sign of it, literally flee, get out of there. So I can't impress upon you enough with that, because I saw like chaos. Some of you fire signs got to be careful you don't open up to somebody with your personal private information too soon, or just in general, because I see you spilling your guts. And my guides are showing me you like telling all your stuff. Like, oh, I had this and I did that and I went here and I lived there and I was married and then I got divorced and then I moved here and then I had this relationship or that, or this is how much money I make, or this is how much I have in my bank account, or this is what anything. Like, don't spill. Over the next 6 months, keep your cards close to your chest, close to the vest. And do not share too much information, especially with new people you meet and people online, and even people you know. Don't need to know all this stuff that you may feel really inspired. Like, you could just have that thing that clicks in and you just start telling them everything. You just starts flowing from you like water and you're not thinking anything about it. And then later you're going to go, whoops, I shouldn't have said all that. So keep that in mind. So please subscribe to this channel if you... Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. And hit that notification bell and all. That way you'll get notified when I upload my videos here to YouTube. And if you want to get my angel readings that I just did, special deck, my sons got me, one of my sons gave me for Christmas last year. I got these Karma Angel cards and I hadn't used them yet, so I did a special video series on Vimeo called Important Messages from the Karma Angels and Jasper Crystal. I used both. I scribed the Jasper Crystal and pulled 2 cards from the Karma Angels deck, and they were very much advice. There was also psychic predictions in them as well, so you may want to check them out. And don't forget to get my solar eclipse in Libra, October 2nd, 2024, psychic tarot, crystal, and oracle card readings if you haven't gotten them yet, because you're just getting a little snippet here. Think tarot, crystal, oracle card, and a gemstone for you. There's a lot of information in those eclipse readings. Many people feel like they're private readings. I highly recommend getting your rising sign and your sun sign if you can get both. And if your moon sign normally resonates with you, maybe that's the one you want to get. So please check them out. You may get a lot of benefit out of that. So thanks so much for all of your purchases of my Vimeo videos. You help keep this channel going. So now on to the element of air. This is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. This eclipse is going to help the air signs catch up with bill paying, catch up on work that needs to be done. It could be work in your home. It could be work at your own business, or catch up at work at your job, or anything that you feel like, I need to catch up on that, whatever it is. Maybe it's communicating with people you haven't talked to for a long time. This eclipse is going to help you catch up on all sorts of things. You may find yourself being very forgiving and letting bygones be bygones, and forgiving hurts and pains and wounds, and forgiving people from the past. You may be really invigorated and highly motivated to jump into new things that come down the pike. Could be like, you know, new fashion trends, new skincare regimens. It could be like anything new or new on the internet. So you may be highly motivated to grab onto and jump into things that feel new to you. Some of you may be getting invited to something that could bring great gifts and blessings to you. Could be a party, gathering, celebration. If you're a Libra, it could be, because this eclipse is happening on October 2nd, it could be that people are having a birthday celebration for you, and you could be or it could be a surprise. But I get air signs getting invited to some kind of gathering and receiving presents, or the going to the event itself is like a gift to you. Some of you will finalize some detail or plan that puts something in great motion. So you could be finalizing a contract with a contractor doing work or painting or building at your property. You could be signing a contract to start a new job. You could be signing some kind of details or finalizing details with a lawyer to become an LLC or a corporation and start a business. This could be an adoption process to adopt a child. This could also be to purchase a home. But finalizing details and contracts come up here for you air signs over the course of the next 6 months. Some of you, it may last a year. Some of you are going to get hired for some fantastic job or some like great opportunity. And it could be a short-term gig or job, or it could be a long-term gig or job, but some kind of opportunity opens up that somebody presents to you or brings to you, and it's beneficial to you, not only through money, but maybe other things. This could lead to bigger and better things for you. Some of you are going to get taken on a vacation. It could be a big surprise. I see some of you having fun in the sun. You could be going to a tropical island. You may be attending a destination wedding, or somebody just, you and your partner or you and some friends decide to get together and go on some, to some beach, some tropical island, somewhere. That turns out to be a lot of fun for you. Like, you feel free, you're in the sun, you're getting good vitamin D. I see waves, I see, like beaches. So some of you may have that experience over the next 6 months. Now, here are the 3 cautions for the air signs. This eclipse is going to bring out your stubborn and controlling nature, air signs. So those of you air signs that find yourself to be a little stubborn and controlling, it's going to be amped up, which may not necessarily go in your favor. You may put other people off. You may tick other people off. They maybe get frustrated with you or angry with you or feel like you are too much. So if you find yourself being really stubborn and controlling, you may want to dial it back. You need to be careful, air signs, because I see you having an argument with somebody and you are so convinced you're right, but you are 100% wrong. And you don't know it at the time you're having the argument, but it's going to come out later that you were wrong. So it's not good for you to get into any fights or battles of wills with people, especially when you're like, I know I'm 100% right, because you're not going to be right in the long run. You won't know it then, but you're going to find it out later, and it isn't fun to eat crow. So try to avoid that if you can. You have to be careful of your physical body, because some of you air signs could break your toe, break your ankle, stub your toe, hurt your feet or back. I get feet and back. So be careful of your feet. When you go in the kitchen, don't go in there barefooted and use a chef's knife, a French knife. Don't do that. Don't go in there in flip-flops. You should be wearing shoes in the kitchen, even though that sounds ridiculous when you're at home. But you don't want to drop a knife on your foot, or, if you're moving any wood, because I see wood. I see like a plank of wood, but it's a heavy piece of wood. It could fall on your foot. Or if you have to pick up something heavy, you could mess up your back. So just really be careful of those things. So I want to thank you so much for all you do for this channel. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing. Your support helps keep this channel alive and the psychic messages and predictions coming to you. I appreciate all of your views, comments, shares, donations, purchases of my Vimeo videos. It helps me a lot. It means a lot. And it helps keep this channel happening. Without you, I wouldn't be able to keep this channel going. So much gratitude and blessings to you all. All the links for my Vimeo videos, which are many, are down below in the description box in the Show More section, or they're on my website at theluckymermaid.com on the videos page. So I hope you have absolutely amazing blessings that come to you from this new moon solar eclipse in Libra, October 2nd, 2024. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.